that leaves us with this mysteriously unnamed young man. And it's very plausible since he's clearly offering resistance to being arrested. I mean, they've grabbed him. Yeah. They don't seem to try to grab any of the other apostles. But
there we are, Mr. Checker, Mr. Hansen, Checker. Check.
Well, could be early.
There we are. Hey, so we're going to be going here in about a minute of game time.
All right.
Get my return there.
Which is that figure, because if you think about it, was there anyone else at this time that the Jewish authorities were trying?
Yeah, it's got food in there, I think.
She wants to get rid of some. We'll take it.
In John's gospel, there is somebody.
Yeah.
And it's
Lazarus.
That's right. John tells us the authorities
Testing.
for Lazarus too.
Testing crowd.
So if
Testing
Lazarus
crowd.
is there,
Crowd noise is good.
authorities to grab him too,
Yeah.
and he may have escaped. So that could be Lazarus, could be Mark, could be someone else. But my guess is that it's more likely either Lazarus or an unknown person than Mark, who would have been really very young at this point.
So these are people who were converts either. Well, in Paul's case, it's very direct.
Mm-hmm.
But these are very enthusiastic, very on fire early converts who didn't see Jesus for the most part, Paul's companions.
Right, and that's even touched on by Jesus himself at the end of John's gospel, where he tells Thomas, blessed are you because you saw and believed, but blessed are those who will not see and yet believe.
But would these people have, like, say Timothy and Titus, we're traveling around now with Paul, would they have run into the other apostles from time to time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I met
Absolutely.
Matthew, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul, I mean, when Peter was almost martyred by Herod Agrippa the First in AD 43, this is in Acts chapter 12, where he goes is after he's been miraculously released from jail by an angel, he goes to Mark's house.
Yeah.
And so Mark clearly would have known him.
Yeah.
There was interaction periodically between Peter and Paul, and so there were any companions of Paul would have interacted at the same time. We have good evidence that, like, Luke, another traveling companion of Paul,
all right, Dan, you ready?
was in Rome with Paul.
Ready there, Dan?
Peter,
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I can't hear you. Jordan, let's do this thing.
In fact, that the early
Alrighty.
chapters of Acts focus almost exclusively on Peter. It was probably through interviews with Peter where Luke got that information.
Yeah.
So there was interaction between the different circles.
And would Peter maybe have seen Paul as kind of
Annoying?
not annoying? I don't. Paul does have
Yes.
On the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball is on the air. Today's presentation of the Knights Game Day Show is sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. With the Knights Game Day Show, here's Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
Surprise, surprise. It's actually Michael Promus and Dan Johnson. Happy to be, I caught that one.
Welcome back.
Thank you. That's right. I took some time off to visit family, to be sick for a while, and then to visit Lincoln, Nebraska for work. And the irony of that is now I'm at Lincoln High School as we're getting ready for tonight's matchup between the Lady Knights from OG and, of course, the Lincoln Patriots. Like I said, I'm Michael Promus alongside Dan Johnson. Brett Byler's here. He's just rocking the camera and keeping us on air and all that. But Dan, it should be a fantastic game tonight. The Lady Knights coming into tonight 7-5 on the season, and the Lincoln Patriots 11-2, which is kind of a deceiving record because their only two losses actually came to against Minnesota teams, which technically don't necessarily count so much. So for all intents and purposes in the state of South Dakota, the Lincoln Patriots are undefeated.
Basically, they played St. Michael at Elberville, which I think that was at the Pentagon, wasn't it?
Yes.
And actually they got manhandled out there. They got big-time loss there, and same way with Hopkins, 79-38. So you are 100% correct. South Dakota, they're 9-0, and 11, 9-0. So it's very good team, Lincoln. And, they had some great girls last year. They're not missing them this year.
And of course, we have to talk about their sophomore and their equivalent to Emma Ronsick on the Lincoln squad. And that, of course, is number 10, Morgan Hansen, the 6'1" sophomore guard who, I mean, is almost a mirror image of Emma Ronsick in stats. And I just actually found out that they play together on traveling basketball team in the summer. And so it's almost a Ronsick v. Hansen matchup when you look at the stats, and especially the player stats.
But they're two very solid ball players as sophomores. And look what you got to look forward to in the next couple of years in Sioux Falls here. You got excellent ball with these gals. It's going to be fun to watch. And so it's going to be a good matchup with them two going against each other, being friends and everything. They're going to go all out. They want to top each other. So,
and you're looking at Morgan Hansen. I mean, just to kind of break down what we could expect from these two players, she averages about 15 points a game and averages about 6 rebounds a game as well, and shoots about 46.5% herself. And looking at Emma Ronsick, she averages 19 points a game, 8 rebounds, a couple assists, and shoots about 50% overall, including 38% from the three-point range. Very dangerous shooter. She also steals the ball about 3 times a game as well. So, I mean, it'll be a fantastic matchup between these two teams, especially those two players, but it's the supporting players that are really going to make things interesting for both the Knights and the Patriots, and really what will determine the winner of this game.
Yeah, I mean, Lincoln's got some other weapons. Dunn, you can go on. I mean, they're a solid team. They're a solid team. So, and we have our weapons as well. You get, if Hermanson gets hot in the 3, and I like the young gals. Izzy Moore's playing a lot now.
Yes.
And Izzy, I really loved her playing the other night. She was good. She got in there and hustled. And for a freshman, she's fun to watch.
You're listening to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. We'll step aside for just a minute, and when we come back, we'll have your scoreboard update. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
For over 50 years, Catholic Family Services has been helping people throughout the Diocese of Sioux Falls discover hope within themselves, their environment, and the power to grow. The counselors at Catholic Family Services are licensed caring professionals experienced in assisting individuals and families seeking personal wellness and healthy relationships through individual, family, and group counseling. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls. Call 1-800-700-7867 for an appointment.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC.
Back into the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Now it's that time to break down the games going on throughout the state of South Dakota. Of course, for girls AA basketball tonight, we have the O'Gorman Lady Knights getting ready to take on the number 3 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. But going on elsewhere, Huron is taking on Yankton tonight. Tip-off for that was set for 6:15. No score as of yet. Sioux Falls Roosevelt is at Washington tonight. Tip-off for that at 7 o'clock. Also at 7, Pierre at number 4 Harrisburg. And then at 8, number 2 Rapid City Stevens taking on Spearfish in Spearfish. Sub-varsity scores, we have a couple here, actually. I've got to mosey on over to our scoreboard, not just the copy that I'm holding, but JV defeated, O'Gorman JV defeated Lincoln here earlier today. Sophomores just fell to Lincoln 80-43. No update, though, on the freshman game from earlier, even still in the day. For AA basketball, then, number 1 Harrisburg, fresh off their first loss of the season, getting ready to take on Pierre tonight at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, Huron is at Yankton, and at 8:30, number 3 Rapid City Central is at Scottsbluff, Nebraska. And that's the AA action going on for the boys throughout the state of South Dakota. AA rankings then, as of this past Monday, Aberdeen Central for girls is number 1. Number 2, Rapid City Stevens. Number 3 is Sioux Falls Lincoln. Number 4, Harrisburg. And number 5 is Brandon Valley.
Update up in Huron. We got Yankton in the first quarter. The Gazelles of Yankton leading the Tigers of Huron 13-10 at the end of the first quarter.
That should be a good game. Two very equally matched teams, and we'll keep you updated on that game and the rest of the games as this game between the Knights and the Patriots progresses through your Friday evening. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Lincoln Patriots head coach Matt Daly get his thoughts on the O'Gorman Knights tonight. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Thad Barnes, financial advisor with the Barnes DeMoore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Andy DeMoore and myself know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Thad and Andy can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
A stiff neck that is very painful is a common condition called torticollis. It is caused by an underlying misalignment of the neck bones pinching the nerves that cause muscle spasms and pain. Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic in Sioux Falls treats this condition. Dr. Mark is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Sioux Falls Lincoln girls basketball coach Matt Daly. Coach, your girls are coming off a 65-57 win at Watertown Tuesday night, a game you trailed by 2 going to the fourth quarter. Talk about what was the difference for your team getting the win in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Watertown, just a difficult place to play. It was your typical ESD away game on a big floor, and, for us, it was just kind of finding a way to score some buckets within their zone. They played a different variety of defenses and extended their zone a little bit, and we just needed to find a way to get in the middle of that thing and get some rip jump shots, find some baskets at the rim. But once we got in there, scored some buckets in transition, and we ended up pulling ahead late in the game.
Your girls played O'Gorman coach on December 21st, which was just about a month ago. What has your team's biggest improvement been since then?
I think right now we just continue to improve each week defensively. Right now we're trying to put a lot of pressure on teams in our zone traps, make teams play faster than they want to play, and I think every game we're just getting better at moving on the pass and getting better traps and making moves on the ball. I think we're definitely starting to find our rotations and getting more comfortable with each other on offense and just growing as a young team.
Your team right now, coach, is 11-2. Your only 2 losses were to 2 Minnesota schools. You're playing very good basketball, obviously, but as a coach, you're always looking for ways to improve. What are some ways you can see for your team you'd like to see improvement in the final 7 games? What would those areas be?
For us, it's the X and O stuff. I have a very coachable team. So they've picked up all the things that require a high basketball IQ very well. I think right now with the younger team, they need to learn, the off-the-court lessons, how to show up to games focused and focused in on a scouting report, how to take care of their bodies and their health and their hydration and their diet when we're not on the court so they can show up and play with high energy because we are getting up and down the floor and trapping and chasing.
Emma Osmondson, coach, a sophomore for you, a first-year starter as a girl in the first game against O'Gorman, who really stood out to me. Talk about what she brings to your team and the year she's having so far.
Emma's just an amazing athlete with amazing, basketball instincts. She's a girl right now that on any given night, giving us between 5 and 8 steals a game. She just has a great basketball IQ. She's a real cerebral kid. When you combine that type of intellect with the amount of athleticism she has, her great speed, she's explosive up the floor. She gets to the rim so well. Every every week she's continuing to become a better perimeter shooter, and she's just slowly kind of molding herself into a complete basketball player.
Your girls play Sioux Falls O'Gorman tonight, Coach, for the second time this season. You defeated them 43-38 back on December 21st. That was a game where your defense really, I thought, won your girls the game, forcing 20 Knights turnovers. You held them scoreless for half of the fourth quarter. Defensively tonight against the Knights, what do you need to do to have success again?
We know that it's a great O'Gorman team, and as the year goes on, which is pretty typical for O'Gorman, they get stronger. We know right now they have some young guards at the helm at times. Get up and put pressure on them and force them to make difficult decisions. We know that we can't lose track of Emma Ronsick, who's obviously a knockdown shooter from the perimeter. We have to try to limit her touches on the block, and we have to match the physical play of Awadi down low. But with O'Gorman, it's kind of the same story for us. We need to find ways to get inside that zone. We know that they're running multiple zones with 2 3s and 3 2s and 1 3 1s, and they're putting some full court pressure on now. So recognizing what defense they're in and then attacking it appropriately and trying to find high percentage ways to score is always the battle against O'Gorman. If we can do that, I think we'll be in a good position to walk out with a win.
Against the zone, Coach, offensively, as you mentioned, is it dribble movement, player movement, ball movement? What's the key for offensively against a zone defense?
First and foremost, you try to beat it up the floor. You can score in transition and not have to deal with trying to score on the half court. That's always our first priority. And then beyond that, it's simple basketball stuff. It's quick passes, it's attacking the gaps that they give you in the zone. It's ball fakes to try to make the zone shift, and it's kind of a combination of all those things. And then picking the appropriate offense to run. Hopefully find spots on the floor that we're comfortable shooting from.
Thank you so much, Coach Daly, for your time as always, and good luck tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was Brett Byler sitting down with Lincoln Patriots head coach Matt Daly as his Patriots get ready to take on the 7-5 O'Gorman Knights. We'll step aside, and when we come back to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we'll hear from O'Gorman head coach Kent Colzer. That's on the way right here on The Lamb.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They also offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached at 605-334-1653.
There are danger signs that indicate pressure and tension on delicate, sensitive nerves due to spinal misalignment, such as headaches, back pain, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, and joint pain in general. Dr. Mark Hagen is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagen with Pagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls coach Kent Colzer. And Coach, you're coming off a very close loss to Rapid City Stevens Saturday, 38-46. Overall, looking back at that game, how do you feel your girls played against Stevens?
Yeah, I thought our girls really came to compete hard. We jumped out on them 9-2 early. Girls were fired up. They're ready to play. We executed well. And to Rapid City Stevens' credit, they had a girl that we didn't think could shoot it as well as she did on the scouting report. And she knocks in a couple threes. They kind of get going a little bit, and just a good battle from that point on. I thought our kids played hard. I thought we played even tougher than we did in the win against Rapid City Central. Had opportunities there in the second half. I thought we missed some shots in the paint that we maybe needed to make. Had too many turnovers. We kind of cut our turnovers down, and those kind of accelerated in that game again, partly due to the way Rapid City Stevens plays as well. But I thought a good effort against a good team. We're just we're looking to get over the hump against teams of that caliber, and we're gonna have 2 great tests of that that same caliber team here with Lincoln tonight and then Brandon Valley tomorrow.
Absolutely, Coach. And you had 14 first quarter points offensively against Stevens. Did well in the first quarter, then only 22 the final three quarters. As you mentioned, 20 turnovers in the game. How big were the turnovers a factor in the maybe lack of offensive production the rest of the way?
Yeah, they certainly played into it. You know, you're not going to beat a team of that caliber unless you shoot it extremely well, you know, having 20 turnovers. And it wasn't one person necessarily. It was just kind of a cumulative type of thing. Just tough to overcome that thing. And we shot the ball pretty moderately as well. You know, we got to shoot a little bit better from the three-point line, finish in the paint a little bit better, clean up the turnovers. If we do those things, we can beat a team of that caliber, which I think is as good as anybody in the state.
Now look at the Lincoln game. Both your team and Lincoln have both improved since you met the first time in December 21st here at O'Gorman. They're a team that really likes to pressure their defense against your offense. I'll full court press and do a lot of different things. How do we handle that pressure maybe a little bit better this go around against Lincoln?
Yeah, Lincoln's a really good basketball squad. Very impressive record. I won a lot of tight games. Got to tip your hat to them. They're having a great season. So you're exactly right. We got to handle the pressure better. First time after watching the video, the first time we played, a decent amount of those mistakes were just kind of self-inflicted. You know, we were really a young basketball team at that time. It was like our third or fourth game in the season, and we're certainly a different team than we were at that time, and they are as well. You know, just having people in the right spots, coming mean passes, being strong with the ball, making good decisions, attacking when you do have opportunities against the press or in transition, you know, and then executing on the offensive end. Scored 38 points last time. You know, we got to put more points up on the board than that. We have a solid defense, but that's just putting too much pressure on our defense. So certainly a goal going into the game is that, you know, put up in that, you know, pushing 50 points, I hope.
Defensively, Coach, against Sioux Falls Lincoln, how important will it be to find their shooters out there? They did make 6 threes against us the first game, and I think a few came from Maya Wilson, which that game, I don't know if we were really thinking she was going to make a lot of them, but just talk about their offense against your defense.
Yeah, and they're playing well offensively right now. Give Maya credit. You know, we were getting a token hand on her, and she stepped up and hit some big shots last time to get 4 threes, which is huge in that basketball game. Hanson girl, she's a really good player. You know, can shoot the three-pointer, get to the basket, good inside, and just a really, really good supporting cast as well. You know, certainly not as one-dimensional as they have been at times previously. Just a really solid basketball squad, you know, that has good team chemistry. They're playing solid defense. I think they're playing pretty confident. They're winning those close games. So should be a great battle on paper. You know, last time we played them, it was a dogfight the entire way with us, you know, having 20 turnovers and not shooting it as well as we need to. So it should be a great contest.
Hey, Coach, finally, look at the last game. We out-rebounded Lincoln by 12 rebounds in that ball game. With our size, maybe that could be maybe an advantage for us. How important will it be to just try offense and get the ball inside, crash the boards like always, and just try to win that paint game against Lincoln?
The paint is always important, Brett. You know, we get defensively, we got to keep them out of the paint. And defensive rebound offensively, we do have to get the ball in the paint. We need some production out of it. Wadi Okoye inside there. Certainly going to get Amarantic some touches in there. Riley Benson and just hopefully some other kids too. You know, out of transition or go get themselves an offensive rebound, put back, go get themselves to the free throw line. That's going to be huge. We get some points in the paint and control them on the other end.
Thank you so much, Coach Colesrud, for your time, and good luck against Lincoln.
Thank you, Brett. Appreciate it.
That was Brett Bauer sitting down with O'Gorman head coach Kent Colesrud. Getting ready for tonight's game between the Lady Knights and the Lincoln Patriots, and that tip-off is coming right up as you've been listening to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, this is O'Gorman Knights Basketball. Today's game is brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for East and South Dakota, Financial Benefits Company with John Fritch, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade, Barnes & Moore Group, Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, Mini Critters, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Crossroads Book and Music, Pagan Chiropractic Clinic, Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, Fair Trade Incorporated, McGuire Iron, Big Rig Barbecue, Knights of Columbus Field Agents Jason Moores and Heath Dickelman, First Class Dental Care, and Paul Curley, Catholic Financial Advisor with Pathway Investments.
Now, with all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go courtside with Brett Piper and Dan Johnson.
Welcome to Lincoln High School. Just waiting for the colors to be retired here after the national anthem.
Thank you.
And there we go. As we start things off, we are ready for tonight's game between the O'Gorman Lady Knights and the Lincoln Patriots. Welcome, folks. My name is Michael Promus. I'm alongside Dan Johnson. And by the way, for those of you listening and watching on our YouTube stream, based on the direction and angle of the camera, you might be seeing me quite a bit here. As
he just
panned away.
He just panned away.
Let's just get this out of the
show, Michael.
This is me. You're going to be seeing plenty of me throughout the game because that's kind of the angle of the camera. So
that's why I took the backside over here. I didn't want to be on. Sorry.
For those regulars listening, that's what I look like. So
do you believe it?
I can't contest. I look.
Hey, we got to give
a single day, but
normally we give a shout out to Riley. Excuse me, but Riley Benson grandparents in Indiana.
That's right.
They listen and everything. It's her mom's parents. Well, they're here this weekend, and they just came up to the booth to introduce themselves and thanked us. So, we give a shout out to Margaret and I
forgot his name.
I forgot his name. Anyway, shoot. Darn. Anyway, the Benson family. We always give a shout out to her grandparents in Indiana. Well, they're here tonight, and that was very nice of them to come up and introduce themselves. So it's nice to meet them. So
absolutely. Now we're gearing up for tonight's game between the 7-5 Lady Knights and the 11-2 Lincoln Patriots. So let's get right into our starting lineups, brought to you by the Barnes DeMoore Group Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley. Starting for the home team, the Lincoln Patriots, is number 10 Morgan Hansen, the 6'1" sophomore guard. Number 14 Emma Osmondson, the 5'8" sophomore guard. Number 20 Courtney Klatt, the 5'7" senior guard. Number 30, Maya Wilson, the 5'4" sophomore guard. Rounding out the lineup for the Patriots, number 32, Sidnea Dunn, the 6'2" junior center. Now let's take a listen at the starting lineups for the Lady Knights.
Abigail Muller, number 4, 5'9", junior guard. Awati Okoye, number 45, 6'3", junior center. Mackenzie Hermanson, number 11, 5'6", senior guard.
Emma Ronsick, number 31, 6'1", sophomore, wing and post.
Riley Benson, number 5, 5'8", junior forward.
That's your starting lineups, again brought to you by the Barnes DeMoore Group Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley and Sioux Falls. For all of your investment needs, call the Barnes DeMoore Group at 605-338-6500. They're located at 300 Schroppen Place, Suite 503 in Sioux Falls. Products and services by Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Lady Knights start things off here after the tip, wearing their away blue jerseys, white numbers and letters with gold trim. Lincoln then in their white home jerseys with a it's a scarlet red numbers and letters with, looks like a Columbia blue trim and stripes. Those are the official colors. Starting things off then for the Lady Knights is Emma Ronsick. First free throw is good. Second one is no good. The foul coming on Morgan Hansen, the standout for Lincoln, but the Knights are on the board with just 30 seconds in.
One thing about both teams, there's only one senior girl on each team. Did you look at that?
We do have, we've got, you're right. Excuse me, one senior.
There's one senior in each team, which is odd for Sioux Falls. Excuse me, but I thought that was just odd.
So let's get into it a little bit here. Here's Hansen, right wing, long three up, no good, but it's rebounded down low by Wilson. Wilson kicks out left corner, throws it up left wing, then gets it back. She checks it back left wing, and dribbling up top of the key is Klatt. Klatt throws it right wing, and then back up top to Wilson. Lincoln is going to move the ball around quite a bit until they find a hole against O'Gorman. They move their offense very well, and they're a very patient team. Here's Hansen over on the right wing. He throws it up top to Wilson. Wilson then back over right wing. Long three up by Klatt. No good. Rebounded again by Wilson. She drives in for the putback, and it bounces off of Watiakoi, loses the ball, it goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Knights.
No, Lincoln is very quick. They're very fast-paced. Their passes are crisp.
So Lincoln will inbound right side of the lane. By the way, for those of you not watching, Lincoln will be moving from my right to my left. O'Gorman then from my left to my right. So going right to left here. Long three from the left wing by Maya Wilson is good, and Lincoln takes the lead. Here's that full court press that Lincoln is going to bring out like we were talking about, Dan. The Knights are quick to break past it. Abigail Moeller gets it just across half court, and she's going to be shoved from behind.
And Morgan Hansen's going to pick up her first foul. You know, we talked about that the last time on the 19th of December, Thursday night. And, you know, Lincoln pressed big time, and the girls' end were really looking up court for help, and they didn't. The lady didn't come back and help. So hopefully tonight they worked on that.
And that was the first time they'd seen
right.
that season.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
And by the way, that was actually Morgan Hansen's second foul of the game. She picked up that first foul as well. So she's going to sit down with 2 fouls. Knights inbound, and Riley Benson tries for a jumper from the right block. No good, and rebounded by the Patriots. Quick to bring it down the floor is Courtney Klatt. She drives down the right side of the floor, tries to pass it over right wing, but it's knocked out of bounds by OG.
You know, if Maya Wilson gets hot, you know, she had, 4 or 6 3-pointers the other game, and she just had one already, but she's dangerous. She's a good ball player. She's dangerous from the outside.
Lincoln inbounds, and speaking of Wilson, here she is top of the key. She checks at left wing, and dribbling up is Courtney Klatt. She finds Wilson back up top, and then Wilson throws it inside, back out left wing to Klatt. Klatt nowhere to go, throws it up top, and it's going to be saved by Maya Wilson before going across half court, but the Knights are able to snag it and take it back offensively. Here's Ronsick, moves over left wing, nowhere to go there. Rotates it around the top to Moeller. Moeller down low, then to Ronsick. Layup no good, but the putback is good.
Knights trailered by Okoye.
Okoye expected to kind of be the big presence down low for OG. In fact, I was talking to Sioux Falls Lincoln assistant coach Blake Bradfield, who was at OG for quite a while, and he said she's going to be one of the toughest players to get past as far as Lincoln playing against OG. Foul down low, and that was on number 11, Mackenzie Hermanson, her first of the game on the hold down low. So Lincoln will inbound right side of the lane. Inbound goes up to Sidnea Dunn. Dunn dribbling inside, check that. That is Hallman. Hallman tries down low, can't hit it, but the putback is good. 5-3. Lincoln leading OG, 5:22 to play in this first quarter, and again, here is that press. But in for OG is Carly Kunkel to break things up a little bit. She finds Hermanson down the left side of the floor, then down low to Ronsick. Ronsick, spin around shot is good from under the basket. We're all tied up at 5.
They broke that pretty good.
They did.
They didn't do that last time.
Looked like they've been practicing that quite well this week. Top of the key for Lincoln. It's Wilson. She checks it right and then kicked back up top, this time to Klatt. Klatt throws it right and then kicked back up top to Wilson. Wilson throws it to Klatt, left corner. She's wide open, doesn't take the shot. Instead starts to dribble up to the left wing. She throws it down low and into the hands of Dunn. Dunn tries to make a move, and they're going to call foul.
Jump ball.
No, they're going to call jump ball. Excuse me. Dunn got tangled up a little bit with Awanti Okoye down low. A good block.
Contained her.
Yes.
Good defense by Okoye.
So Lincoln gets the inbound. They'll inbound left side of the lane. Goes left corner, and the shot is blocked immediately. Looks like that was Emma Osmondson trying for that shot, but it's Emma Ronsick saying no.
that was right there. She just jumped up and just blocked it right now.
That's what a few extra inches will get you there, folks, in height. Here's the inbound, and Carly Kunkel's able to intercept it away. She tries to move it across half court, gets tangled up with one of the Patriots, and it's going to be called for a travel. She just took one step before she actually fell to the floor and before she passed the ball.
But they're aggressive tonight. The Knights are coming out. Izzy Moore's in now.
Lincoln keeping their same lineup, except Jada Hallman is in for the Patriots. Up top is Osmondson. She throws it inside to Hallman. Hallman steps up to the free throw line, takes the shot. It was a wild shot, but it went in just the same. 7-5, Lincoln leading OG. 4:20 to play in this first quarter. Awanti Okoye gets the cross-court pass. She hands it over to Carly Kunkel, just cross half court. Kunkel over to Ronsick, left corner. She's wide open. 3 up and good. Just like that, the Knights retake the lead, 8-7. They're about halfway through the first.
Emma's got 6 points already tonight.
Maya Wilson driving from the left lane inside, tries to bounce pass it down low. Nobody's there. Nobody from the Knights touched the ball as it rolls out of bounds. The Knights will get it back. Just a simple turnover there by Lincoln.
Okay, Riley Benson's in for a Coy. She's going to take a rest.
Hermanson will inbound. Here's that press again from Lincoln, but Izzy Moore is able to get it and crosses half court. She hands it over to Kunkel, right wing, and then she throws it over to Ronsick, left wing. Back up top to Kunkel. She drives inside, throws it to Ronsick. Ronsick gets tangled up, throws it to Hermanson, right wing. Long three up, no good, but rebounded down low by Kunkel. Kunkel checks it up top to Izzy Moore. Moore over right corner to Ronsick. Back up top to Moore. Moore over to Kunkel, left wing. Kunkel takes a dribble, fires it up, and is a little short on that shot. No good. Izzy Moore can't quite save it from going out of bounds, so Lincoln will take it back.
You see the rebound by Kunkel?
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful. She's the shortest player on the floor right now, folks.
Thank you.
She jumped over girls that were 5 inches taller than her. I love it. I love it.
This is great.
That's like Riley Benson move right there.
Yes.
Courtney Klatt crosses half court for Lincoln, checks it right, then back up top to Maya Wilson. Lincoln slowing things down a little bit here with 3:15 on the clock in the first quarter. Knights lead 8-7. Hallman with the ball in the right wing, throws it inside. Getting tangled up down low is Sidney Dunn. They're going to call jump ball as Benson and Moore and Dunn kind of are all fighting for the ball.
Yeah, they're going to push the paint. They're going to try to get in the paint and attack the basket. They're going to go after Emma inside.
And look at this. Lincoln calling off their press for the first time this game.
Whoa.
Kunkel crosses half court though for OG, rotates right and hands it off to Izzy Moore. Moore then goes left, hands it off to Hermanson, then back up top to Kunkel at the top of the key. Kunkel inside to Ronsick and then up top to Benson. Back over to Kunkel, left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Kunkel to Moore, left corner. Bounce pass inside to Ronsick. Turnaround layup is good. Nice move by Emma Ronsick. She moved around the much thicker and stronger Jada Hallman.
That was a very nice move by Emma.
Maya Wilson crossing half court, but getting tangled up a little bit with Izzy Moore. She recovers and finds Hallman left wing. Hallman works it inside, nothing there, kicks it back up top to Wilson. Wilson picks up her dribble as she moves slightly to the right, holds it under her arm and gets the check from Courtney Klatt. Klatt tries for the three from the left wing, but airs it out. It's picked up by OG. Here's Izzy Moore, top the key. She finds Ronsick left wing. Ronsick dribbles inside, gets checked, nothing called, kicks it up to the left wing to Kunkel, and then it's kicked inside, then over right wing to Hermanson. She fires the three, nothing there. Ball rolls out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Emma Ronsick.
You know, coach wanted to push it up the court. He wanted to come and push it down, so very fast-paced game, and I'm surprised Lincoln called the press off. Well, yes and no, because, you know, we broke it like 3 straight times.
Right.
So
maybe they were worried about losing some players in transition, opening up the inside perhaps.
Correct.
Here's Maya Wilson, left wing for Lincoln. Now pass up top, and she gets it back left wing. Wilson takes one dribble, picks up the ball, and throws it up top into the hands of Klatt. Klatt then over right wing, and then pass up top to Wilson. Wilson checks it right into the hands of Osmondson, and then throws it back up top to Wilson. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Klatt gets it left wing. She drives inside, takes things into her own hands, can't finish the layup, and it's rebounded by Emma Ronsick.
Oh, great defense by Lady Knights.
Right.
Wow.
Ronsick crosses half court, throws it to Kunkel right wing, and then over to Izzy Moore right corner. Maya Wilson gets a hand on the ball, but Moore recovers. She'll check it up top to Kunkel, and they're going to reset their offense with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Kunkel over left corner, and then inside pass, layup, good. That's
that was sweet. Whew. It was like a two-handed layup there. She just...
10 points already for Emma Ronsick, and driving down the floor, Jada Hallman, she takes it all the way, no good on the layup. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and the Knights will get it back. I love the effort, though, by Jada Hallman, a down-low player, really just seeing a seam in the O'Gorman defense, and just kind of took it down the lane.
Okay, Watia Coy and Abigail Muller back in for the Knights.
And here's that press back. Knights are able to work across half court, and here's Abigail Muller just cross half court. Needs some help, though. Throws it. It's tipped away by Lincoln. Emma Osmondson, coast to coast. Too much on the layup. No good. Put back no good either, and the Knights dodge a bullet there thanks to Emma Ronsick's tough rebounding. She is able to work across half court, throws it to Hermanson right corner, then inside pass to Okoye. She puts up a little jumper in front of the basket for two. Knights extend their lead 14-7, 30 seconds to play in this first quarter. Here's Maya Wilson, left wing for Lincoln. She holds the ball over her head, looks inside, shot clock's turned off, 20 seconds. Maya Wilson fires the three left wing, no good there. Hallman tries to pull it in, but Ronsick gets the tip and the rebound. Ronsick crosses half court, falls to the ground as she's guarded by Wilson and hands it over to Benson as she hits the deck. Benson up top to Hermanson, 5 seconds to play. Hermanson over to Ronsick, right wing. Ronsick drives, stops, puts up a jumper short there, put back by Akoi, but she's knocked down by the rim, and there's the buzzer to end that first quarter. I'm going to take a couple breaths as we go to break, but the Lady Knights are leading 14-7 over the Lincoln Patriots as we head into the second quarter. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School as we start this second quarter. Lincoln is able to put away a three. That's Emma Osmondson, over on the right wing. Nails a three to bring it within 4. Knights lead, though, 14-10 as we start this second quarter at Lincoln High School. Knights, as they try to work the ball down the floor, lose the ball, are called for a travel. Maya Wilson tries for a three, no good there, and rebounded by Emma Ronsick. So now that we're caught up, Ronsick throws the ball down court, trying to find Mackenzie Hermanson left wing. The ball's tipped out of bounds, though. And Dan, your impressions of that first quarter?
Where was this in the first game? Total difference in night and day in this first quarter. Even some of the other games we've had with the Lady Knights this year, they're just dominating. They came out here, they're aggressive, they're playing, they're shooting, they're attacking. I love it.
And so far, it's been a rough start to the second quarter for OG. The inbound goes to Kunkel, but she's called for a travel. And it goes right back to Lincoln.
And Carly's one of the best dribblers out there.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often, folks.
Nope.
So Lincoln will inbound, and crossing half court for the Patriots is Courtney Clack, the 5'7" senior, the only senior on the Lincoln squad, by the way. She's going to throw it over right wing into the hands of Osmondson. She moves up top, goes back right, checks it to the right corner, then gets it back. Osmondson throws it up further to Hansen. Hansen kicks it over right block, and jumper is no good, rebounded by the Knights after it's swatted back in that direction. Carly Kunkel getting this offense going for OG. Crosses half court, rotates up at the top of the key with Izzy Moore, who then rotates out with Hermanson. Hermanson goes right wing and hands it off to Kunkel. Kunkel, long pass left corner, wide open, Izzy Moore. She drives baseline, easy layup, no good. Too much pressure on it. Rebounded by Ronsick. She'll try for the putback, but she's going to be fouled on the shot.
Yeah, that was an easy bunny there, but I can't believe the baseline Lincoln gave up for Izzy to come down. They opened up and just went right there.
And it's not like she had a sliver of floor left in the baseline. No. She was wide open down there.
She had 4 feet.
Ronsick at the line for the second time tonight. She's 1 for 2, now 2 for 3 as she hits her first. Ronsick takes a couple dribbles, bent the knee, flicked the wrist, second shot up, off the back iron, no good, so she's 2 for 4, and the Knights lead 15-10, 6:30 to play in this second quarter. Left wing for Lincoln, Courtney Klatt. Klatt up top to Wilson. Wilson checks it, pretends to check it right, kicks it left, back to Klatt. Klatt throws it back up top to Osmondson. Osmondson back to Klatt left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Klatt up top to Wilson. Wilson back to Klatt left corner now. Inside pass is no good, but Emma Ronsick is going to be called for a foul. She was guarding Sidnea Dunn. Just got a little too friendly down there.
You see Coach come off the bench on that one?
Yeah.
He didn't agree with that. He just put his hands in his pocket,
And Emma Ronsick just creating some separation a little bit, just trying to move between the basket and the player she was guarding, but officials didn't like it. So the Patriots will inbound left side of the lane. Again, Lincoln moving from my right to left. O'Gorman inversely then left to right. Driving inside and putting up the shot under the basket is Morgan Hansen. No good on the shot, but she draws the foul. And that foul is going to be on number 45, Awati Okoye. Her first of the game now, third team foul for OG. Morgan Hansen, first shot up and good.
Her first point of the game.
She's about a 70% free throw shooter on the season. So really, if the Patriots want a free throw shooter some point in this game, you want her. She hits her second.
Towards the end of the game, you want the ball in her hands if you're Lincoln.
Here's that press from Lincoln again. Ronsick gets the ball on the inbound, gets tangled up with a couple players. They're going to call jump ball, and it stays with OG. 15-12, Knights lead. 6:05 to play in the second quarter.
There's that press. Nice and tight.
Carly Kunkel to inbound. Baseball pass cross half court in the hands of Reagan Riley. Riley spin move as she moves across the floor against the defender. Kicks it across to the right wing. Ball moves around the arc back over to Reagan Riley. She throws it back over right wing. Izzy Moore gets it. Steps in long two. No good. And Reagan Riley gets the rebound. Riley throws it up to Kunkel, then back over left corner to Riley. She tries to bounce pass it into Ronsick. It's stolen, though, by Maya Wilson. Maya Wilson, long pass down court to Hansen, left side. Layup up and good. But, no, they're going to call charging on Morgan Hansen.
Yes, a charge, yep. And Izzy was set. Izzy Moore, the freshman, she was set. I wish we'd have a replay of that.
That will be Morgan Hansen's third foul of the game, which is very significant as she's the leading scorer, rebounding, just leading player for Lincoln. Think the Emma Ronsick of Lincoln. Carly Kunkel a little too much onion on that inbound pass, and Riley couldn't quite get her hands on it as it rolls out of bounds. Lincoln getting it right back on their side of the floor.
You hear some of the Lincoln crowd right over here to our left. They didn't like that either.
Not happy.
I mean, I'd like to see a replay of that, but she was set.
The nice part is, of course, we're streaming on YouTube, so we have such a luxury.
Yes.
We'll go back and watch it. Maya Wilson at the top of the key for Lincoln. Kicks it over left wing into the hands of Hochstein. Hochstein then rotates it around the arc to the right wing and then gets it back up top. Hochstein fakes right, throws it left, though, into the hands of Klatt. Klatt up top to Wilson. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson pump fakes right, but throws it left to Klatt. Klatt fires a three and gets it. Ties it up at 15 with 5:14 to play in this second quarter.
Klatt, she's like a 50% three-point shooter, so...
Long pass down court is almost intercepted by Maya Wilson, but it goes out of bounds into the cheerleaders. And the Knights a lucky break there off a bad pass. Get it back.
Lincoln, we got a timeout. Lincoln scored 8 R1, so it was 7-14 at the quarter. Now it's tied 15 all. So.
And a timeout from Lincoln. They're saying a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. By the way, if you're enjoying tonight's game so far, just remember that Lamb Catholic Radio is 100% donor-supported. That's right, you folks that are listening keep us on the air, and your generosity allows us to bring you these O'Gorman athletic events, but also our regular, everyday, local, and national programming. So won't you please consider making a secure and tax-deductible donation on lambradio.com. Your support allows us to continue to bring people to Christ and Christ to his people. Speaking of taxes, I'm kind of a tax nerd, and if anybody really even cares, tax day is actually April 17th this year.
Yeah, because it's a weekend.
Right, April 15th, usually tax day falls on a Sunday, and then the 16th, the Monday after, is the national holiday, well, I should say a holiday in Washington, D.C. It's Emancipation Day or something, so...
Yeah, I remember that when that happened.
Bet you didn't expect that piece of trivia here listening to a high school basketball game, but...
Well, at my age, you never forget tax day. April 15th, you never forget that.
So maybe for you young tax filers. Knights inbound off the timeout, but Izzy Moore gets tangled up a little bit. Eventually, he's able to get it away to Hermanson. Hermanson cross court to Benson, and Benson moves over left and hands it off to Hermanson. Hermanson back up top to Moore. 12 seconds on the shot clock as Moore gets it away to Hermanson left wing. And it's rolled out of bounds, knocked away by Maya Wilson, who's just all over the place.
Oh, Maya Wilson, you can't see nothing. She is one good ball player for Lincoln.
Knights only have 10 seconds on the shot clock off the inbound. Here's Izzy Moore over on the right wing as she moves across the floor. Hands it up to Benson, 2 seconds. Benson needs to shoot it at the top. Long three up, but it's too late. Hermanson can't get away in time, and that's just... good defense by Lincoln, really. O'Gorman couldn't get their offense together.
But you know what? That doesn't happen to O'Gorman too much. Just the second time all year so far, I think, that
I would
we
say
had
so.
the shot clock?
Absolutely. No more than 2. And speaking of being of things you don't see very often, Izzy Moore gets the steal, but Maya Wilson is able to steal it back. Benson gets a hand on it, the cross-court pass, and the Knights get it right back. There's 3 steals consecutively between teams right there. Emma Ronsick throws it down low to Hermanson. She takes the shoulder on the baseline. We'll see who they call that on, but the Knights will take it down low.
Is it Good Hope?
They're going to call that one on Sidnea Dunn.
32. Okay.
Yeah, that's her first of the game. 15th foul for the Patriots, only 3 fouls for OG. Knights inbound left side of the lane. It goes into Riley Benson. Benson drives the baseline, tries for a layup, but can't get it to fall. Maya Wilson getting tangled up with almost every Knight on the floor. And they're not calling jump ball or foul or anything, but Wilson's able to get it away. So over on the right wing is Courtney Klatt, throws it over right corner. Jumper from inside is up and good. And Lincoln retakes the lead 17-15.
They're letting them play, Michael.
Quite a bit.
I've never seen that. I'm sorry, folks. That's something I've never seen them like. Not a jump ball on that or a foul.
Here's Izzy Moore, top the key. She finds Ronsick left wing, and Ronsick throws it inside to Hermanson. She takes a dribble, puts it up. Good layup there by Hermanson for 2 to tie it back up at 17. 3:38 to play in this second quarter. Crossing half court for the Lincoln Patriots, Courtney Klatt. She's going to burn the clock a little bit here. It looks like they're trying to really just figure out OG's defense, that very sticky and tough zone defense that they play. Here's Maya Wilson, top the key. Looks left, but throws it right in the hands of Klatt. Up top now to Hochstein. Hochstein over left and then up top to Klatt. Klatt over to Hochstein right wing. Here's Klatt, top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Hochstein right wing. Drives in, and she is going to run into Okoye. They're going to call Okoye for a moving block, and I think that's a good call. It just didn't get her feet planted quite in time.
Well, that she swatted too. So she got, to me, that was a double. She the moving block, and she swatted. So she's guilty.
That's Okoye's second foul of the game. 14th foul for OG. The first free throw is up and good.
So Abigail Muller's back in for Waukee Okoye. Give her a rest for 2 fouls.
Second free throw up for Lincoln is good. By the way, that was Lexi Hochstein. My apologies. I couldn't quite see the number with the long hair. The Lexi Hochstein hitting 2 for 2. Make that 19-17 Knights trail. 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Here's that press again from Lincoln, but OG's able to break past. Abigail Muller, right wing, dribbles up top, throws it back right wing to Moore. Moore fires a 3. Nothing but nets. Izzy Moore gives the Knights the lead again, 20-19. Here's Klatt, top of the key for Lincoln.
She can shoot him up if she gets hot tonight.
Lincoln moves the ball around and then eventually finds Jada Hallman on the right side. Hallman throws it cross court, long 3 up, no good, and there's Hallman getting the rebound. She leans into Ronsick, puts up the shot, no good there, but gets it back, tries for another, but gets fouled on that second shot. So at the line, here's Jada Hallman, the 5'10" junior forward, and I tell you what, she's probably going to be one of the toughest girls down low for either team.
Yeah, they call that on Izzy.
Be the 15th foul for OG as Hallman misses her first.
Look at her shot here. Her free throw. It's a little bit
wonky, isn't it?
Yeah, different.
Hallman will take a couple dribbles. No spin, instead just fires it up kind of with her left hand. No good on her second shot, and rebounded by the Knights. Emma Ronsick crosses half court for OG and finds Izzy Moore. Moore over right wing, throws it cross court to Hermanson left corner. Hermanson then up top to Moore. Moore back to Hermanson. Hermanson bounce pass inside to Ronsick. She's guarded by Hallman, turns around, gets the shot and the foul over Hallman. Emma Ronsick will line for the 3rd time tonight, this time for 1.
That's the key right there. I think they work with Emma and Waukee inside.
Yeah.
The Twin Towers, they can take them.
Because you've got some great shooters on the outside. And really, if you can keep Ronsick on the inside a little bit more, even medium range, that's going to be really dangerous.
Yeah.
Ronsick hits her free throw, making that a 3-point play. Knights lead 23-19. 2 to play in the second quarter.
I don't think Coach Daly really saw this coming.
Lexi Hochstein right wing, checks it right, gets it back, 3 up, no good, rebounded by Moore. Moore gets checked, nothing called there. She's rolling for the ball on the floor, and they're going to call timeout on OG. That's a good call there by O'Gorman head coach Kent Colesrud, but Matt Daly from Lincoln cannot believe they didn't call a foul or travel or something, but if anything, if I'm being honest, that should have been a foul on Lincoln.
They're letting them play
quite a bit.
We said that tonight. This is, I mean, I've been to a lot of basketball games in my years, and they are letting them play here, folks.
And that'll be a 30-second timeout, so of course we'll keep it right here. And by the way, coming up at halftime, we'll have your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman, halftime show. We'll break down what we saw in this first half. We'll have the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman. We'll be talking about Catholic Schools Week, and then we'll get you ready for that second half of play here at Lincoln High School.
That starts Monday.
Woo! It's everybody's favorite time of year, right? Especially if you're a Catholic school kid, because you get like time off school.
Well, they get off. they go to mass on high school, and they go to mass on Friday and with the bishop and celebrate mass there, and they get to go home.
All right, coming off of that timeout, Knights will inbound, but Lincoln's still putting on that press. Ronsick checks it over to Moore, still not having crossed half court. Moore finds Ronsick, though. It's stolen away, and Courtney Klatt comes away with it. Klatt hands it off, and a charge called. I believe that was a charge called under the basket.
No,
they're going to call that a moving foul.
Yep, Izzy was set, and the basket counted.
Excuse me, that was Emma Osmondson. Again, tough to see the numbers from this side of the floor. Osmondson got the pass and went to the basket, tried for the layup, but got fouled. Osmondson at the line to make it a three-point play. First shot, up and good. 23-21 Knights lead, 23-22 Knights lead, $1.38 to play in this second quarter.
Regan Riley's in for Abigail Muller now.
Here's the heavy press again from Lincoln, and Carly Kunkel in for OG as well. Long pass down low to Benson. Benson can't follow up with the layup. Ronsick gets the rebound, and she tries to put it back up, but she's going to be fouled by Jada Hallman.
I thought that was all ball.
You know what?
Excuse me.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
I'm be honest. We're just being honest, folks. It looked like all ball, and I think OG knows they got away with one a little bit there.
Yeah.
Head coach Matt Daly, again, just not happy.
He's not happy. I don't think Coleswood's very happy either with these officials.
So first shots for Emma Ronsick is up and good, 24-22. A couple subs coming in for Lincoln. Kind of bringing in a little bit more speed in the last minute and a half of this second quarter.
Okay, Charlotte Goodhope's in now for the, she's a 5'10 junior forward for the Lincoln Patriots.
Getting her first time on the floor. Emma Ronsick hits her second, by the way. 25-22 Knights lead. Again, $1.30 to play. Wasting no time getting down court. Here's Courtney Klatt for Lincoln. She moves up top of the key, throws it left, and then up top to Osmondson. Osmondson finds Klatt on the right wing. Then Klatt kicks it up top to Wilson. Klatt gets it back right wing. Klatt looking inside, begins to dribble with her left hand, changes hands and throws it to Wilson left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Inside pass down low to Dunn. Dunn turns around, can't put up the shot. It's rebounded by Benson. Benson hands it off to Carly Kunkel as she crosses half court, and Kunkel baseball pass down to the left corner into the hands of Hermanson. Hermanson up top to Kunkel. Kunkel back to Hermanson left wing, then left corner to Ronsick. She puts up a three, nothing but net. Ella Ronsick with the three, 28-22. 45 seconds to play in this second quarter.
That's her second three tonight. She has 19 on the night so far here in the first half.
Up top for Lincoln is Osmondson. She throws it over right corner. And losing the ball is Klatt, it looks like. Klatt eventually recovers, throws it inside to Dunn. Dunn shot up, no good. 23 seconds to play, and OG gets possession back.
Great pressure down there.
Shot clock turned off, and here's Carly Kunkel top the key with 15 seconds. She throws it left wing, then gets it back. Kunkel looking right, double teamed now, picks up the ball, needs help, throws it inside. It's taken away by Maya Wilson. Wilson has 5 seconds to play. She throws it to Klatt left wing. Klatt looking inside, 2 seconds. Inside pass is picked up. Shot is stripped away by Goodhope, and that's the end of your first half. After 2 quarters, the Knights lead Lincoln 28-22 here at Lincoln High School. So we'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have your Knights halftime show sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. They were founded in Humboldt, South Dakota. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. John can be reached at 605-231-0830 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Support for programming on Lamb Catholic Radio is provided by Financial Benefits Company in Sioux Falls, helping individuals and small businesses plan for retirement. The Financial Benefits Company philosophy is to achieve a secure retirement for their clients. Their phone number is 605-334-8086 and on the web at fbcjf.com. Thank you to Financial Benefits Company for sponsoring Lamb Catholic Radio.
Headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness can come from a sports injury, automobile accident, a slip and fall, and everyday activities. Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic in Sioux Falls treats these types of injuries. Dr. Mark is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Andy DeMore, financial advisor with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Thad Barnes and myself know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Andy and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, welcome to the Knights Halftime Show. Brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for Sioux Falls and the southeast South Dakota area. Jason Lewers and Heath Dickelman. With the Knights Halftime Show, here's Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
Welcome into the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lewers and Heath Dickelman here at Lincoln High School. The Lady Knights leading the Patriots 28-22. And really the big story of that first half, Dan, is the Knights' ability to break that tenacious press that Lincoln puts on so well.
And Lincoln, like you said, they do a hard, heavy press, and they execute that. The first game back in December, they executed very, very well. And it worked so well. Tonight, the Knights broke that. Kind of like Davey said in his pregame show, the Knights get better as the year goes on. Yeah. That was only the second, fourth game of the year, and so that's what happened. And we are, they're breaking it. But I'm impressed. The other thing with Lincoln, Amundsen's got 3 fouls. Correct?
Right.
So that kind of put a damper on them. And she got that right away at the beginning of the second.
Right.
But they're letting them play. A lot of different calls here that I didn't, we have to be biased. Yeah. We try to be. But again, Gorman Lady Knights are just playing terrific defense on there. And they're Emma, she got 19 points here in the first half out of the 28. And she's, you get Okoye in there, and they're maintaining that paint. They're making Lincoln shoot from the perimeter.
Oh, yeah.
But Lincoln just as tough on defense. We had a shot clock violation a little bit ago. I played the second one all year. Mm-hmm. So, good basketball, both teams.
Oh, absolutely. And, from the Lincoln side of things, you look at Maya Wilson's the player that really stands out to me. Who seems like she's everywhere at once on the floor. She has probably 4 steals already in this game, a handful of rebounds down low. She's not the tallest player, but she's playing just some extremely aggressive basketball. Then down low, Jada Hallman has been hard to get against, hard to rebound against, and then from the perimeter, you've got Courtney Cladd and Emma Osmondson putting on a bit of a shooting clinic. So, Lincoln playing a very good game so far, but O'Gorman's just coming out a little bit sharper.
Yeah, and you look at Wilson and Amundsen, they're both sophomores.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're both sophomores. Great basketball players, Mike. This is wonderful. I mean, I've said this more than other times. In a year, another 2 years, I'm not saying anything about the seniors now. They're good, but it's going to be wonderful. How to see these girls progress, so they get better until they age and get to be a senior as they mature more, how they come together and play. It's going to be fun.
And I think that goes equally for O'Gorman and for Lincoln.
That's what I mean. Yeah, correct.
You look at the rosters. I mean, it's literally the same exact ages across the board. You look at some of the key players, and they're sophomores and juniors. And so you're right. A couple years and 1 year even, it's going to be totally just more explosive teams. That'll be phenomenal.
And I'm not going to say, I just saw a coach here from a college, and I'm sure he's here scouting. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm sure he's looking at these ladies.
We can say, can't we? It's not like a thing where we can't say. Brett's not telling us we can't.
No.
So we'll just say this. It's from the better of the South Dakota schools up in Brookings.
Yeah.
Ladies coach up there.
It wasn't him. It was a twin.
Right. It had to be him.
Had to be him.
Had to be him. But
had to be him.
Anyway, so you're listening to the Knights halftime show, again sponsored by your Knights of Columbus Field agents, Jason Lewis and Heath Dickman. Lady Knights leading the Lincoln Patriots, 28-22 here at halftime. We'll step aside, and when we come back, the latest edition of Inside O'Gorman, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Adoption, another word for love. Adoption brings together two different families for the common good. It brings emotions of happiness, sadness, and excitement, often felt at the same time by both the adoptive couple and the birth parents. At Catholic Family Services, we are a licensed child placement agency with more than 50 years of experience, and we work with domestic, private, and international adoptions. If you'd like to learn more, contact our adoption specialists at 1-800-700-7867 or visit Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Welcome back into the Knights of Columbus Field agents, Jason Lewis and Heath Dickelman, Knights halftime show. It's time for the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman. And Dan Johnson, we have to talk about Catholic Schools Week, which many of you may know is this Monday. That's right. At that time of year, it comes so soon. We're going to celebrate the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
And I do know Monday morning is pastries with the parents.
Pastries with the
parents. At St. Lambert's.
So what does that mean?
So they it gets a chance for the young students of St. Lambert's to bring their parents into the gym before school, like about 7:15, and they can sit down and the parents can have pastries and coffees with their young children.
That's right. We used to do that at St. Mary's back in the day when we still had a Krispy Kreme.
Yep. And I'm not sure. I don't know. Krispy Kreme, I don't know if they'll have a Krispy Kreme.
Probably not.
Probably not.
When we had a Krispy Kreme open, yeah.
But no, it starts with pastries with parents. I'm not sure what each school does. I just know what St. Lambert's does. See, I got the plug-in.
There we go. Well, you got the OG and the St. Lambert's plug-in, I suppose.
So, but that's where there's all kinds of things. O'Gorman's wearing different. They have their, and I read it last night about each day. It's a different word of serving, learning, and everything. And whoever came up with that, I thought that was wonderful. And I think on Thursday then they can wear dress down. They're donating to hurricane relief.
Oh, very good.
$2. I mean, so they're charity and everything. So each day there's a theme at O'Gorman High School and stuff. It really works out. I think Monday is college sweatshirt day.
Okay.
Things like that. But it's a great. We do this every year with Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, and it all comes together on Friday morning. We can celebrate Mass with all the priests in Sioux Falls, and I think like even Father Fisher brings the kids up from Vermilion.
Yes.
Comes up, and then Bishop Swain can say Mass. And if you've never been there, folks, you need to go to the Elman Center and see that, to see the future kids in the Sioux Falls Catholic School System there, and the parents are welcome. They got a section for them. It is wonderful.
And if you're not able to make it, we will be streaming that all-school mass on our website, lamradio.com, and on YouTube. So if you can't make it, be sure to tune in for that. Also, another thing we're doing for Catholic Schools Week as far as the Lamb Catholic Radio goes, the Seize the Day morning show will be actually live on location at O'Gorman High School with Heather Caro, starting at 7 o'clock and wrapping up about 9 o'clock, and it's going to be all about Catholic schools.
But it all come together next Saturday afternoon as we go to Aberdeen.
That's right.
O'Gorman plays Roncalli boys next Saturday evening in Aberdeen.
And so that's what's going on inside O'Gorman. This Inside O'Gorman has been brought to you by Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. There's 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school is dedicated to the mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting a Catholic way of life through gospel values and academic excellence. And this has been your Knights Halftime Show, again brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. We start this second half, Lincoln turning it over. O'Gorman bringing the ball down to their side and then getting fouled by number 30, Maya Wilson, her second of the game and first team foul of this half. Knights lead 28-22 as it stands. Another out-of-bounds play. But, Dan, what's something the Knights need to do, need to focus on in the second half if they want to overcome this tough Lincoln Patriots team?
They need to continue that defense in the perimeter, but also they maintain that pace because they can't give up the inside. They're just playing great defense. And they're going to be fine. They can't get shook,
Abigail Moore gets tangled up, finds a seam, and then finds Okoye down low. Okoye puts in the first points of the half for OG, 30-22, with 45 seconds into this third quarter. Knights moving from my right to my left, but right now Lincoln moving from my left to my right. I'm Michael Promus alongside Dan Johnson, Brett Byler here, and Jordan Hansen back at the studio. Jumper from the right block for Emma Osmondson is no good and rebounded by Emma Ronsick. Ronsick works the ball down the court, tries to find Benson down low, but there's Maya Wilson in to steal it away. Wilson tries throwing it down court to find Morgan Hansen, or check that, to find Courtney Klatt. Klatt can't quite catch it as it rolls out of bounds, so we're going back the other side of the floor again.
I like the intensity they had the first half. They need to maintain that.
Benson loses the ball. She hits the deck, was able to outlet to Mackenzie Hermanson. Hermanson then down court to Muller. And Muller up top to Hermanson. Hermanson double team, needs help, doesn't have a dribble, throws it to Okoye at the free throw line. Okoye looking left, hands it up top to Muller. Muller, double team now, throws it to Hermanson left wing, then inside to Ronsick. Ronsick spins around on the baseline, turns around and puts it up for 2. That's 21 points, by the way, for Emma Ronsick so far in this game. She averages about 19. Long three, left wing, up by Hansen, no good. Tipped away and out of bounds. This one's going to OG.
Yep. They play with that intensity they played the first half. We're going to be fine.
Here's that full court press from Lincoln. The Knights are able to break past that press thanks to Wati Okoye and Emma Ronsick. Ronsick tangled up on the right side, finds Hermanson left wing, then inside to Okoye down low. There's that layup, good for 2.
I thought she missed her there. She was open at first, and she kind of, and then she finally got her. So
4 points in this third quarter for Wati Okoye down low. 2 minutes into this third quarter. Left corner, wide open, Morgan Hansen can't nail the 3, but there's Maya Hansen to get the rebound. Maya Wilson to get the rebound. Wilson kicks it over left wing and then gets it back right wing. Fires off the line drive three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Emma Ronsick. No press this time from the Patriots as Ronsick crosses half court, finds Hermanson left corner. Hermanson dribbles up left wing and then throws it up top to Muller. Muller over to Ronsick right wing. Cross-court pass to a wide open Hermanson left corner. 3 up and a little too much on it off the wide side. And rebounded by the Patriots. Patriots wasting no time. Here's Maya Wilson down low. Is taken out under the basket. Misses the layup though.
She'll go to the line. Yep, she'll go to the line for 2, excuse me.
And we'll see. That could have been on a couple different players down there, but they're going to give it to Abigail Muller, her first of the game, first team foul this half for OG. So here's Maya Wilson. Takes a deep bend of the knee, fires it up, and off the front of the rim, no good.
Okay, Izzy Moore and Carly Kunkel's in for Riley Benson and Abigail Muller. So
I think head coach Kent Krolzerd intends to keep very fresh legs in, especially this half, anticipating that press.
He has to with the intensity.
Maya Wilson hits her second, and yeah, here's that press, but Owati Okoye is wide open. She crosses half court. The Knights work it through pretty much everybody on the floor, but here's Carly Kunkel at the top of the key. She throws it to Moore left wing. She dribbles up top and then throws it to Kunkel right wing. Kunkel back over to Izzy Moore left side. Moore throws it over right corner to Ronsick. Ronsick drives baseline, layup, no problem. 23 points for Emma Ronsick so far in this game, and Knights lead 36-23, 4:48 to play in this third quarter. Top of the key for Lincoln is a quick three from Klatt. Klatt, no good on the shot, but rebounded by an aggressive Maya Wilson. Patriots, rotated around the arc to Osmondson. She drives in, but a foul called on the floor.
That'd be on Kunkel. Hermie.
Oh, they're going to call that, yeah, Hermanson.
I thought Carly was not guarding her.
That's Hermanson's second foul of the game, second team foul for OG this half. Patriots inbound, right side of the lane. Inbound goes to Osmondson. She takes a nice little jumper right side of the lane, no problem, good for two. 36-25 Knights. Inbound is knocked away and stolen by Osmondson. She throws it down low, layup no good, but rebounded by Izzy Moore. Moore needs help, nice behind the back dribble. Gets triple team on the right side, hands it to Kunkel, then Moore gets it back right wing. Moore, double team, needs some help. The ball's being swatted at. They're going to call timeout. That's OG calling timeout. It's good, smart coaches play. 4:12 to play in this third quarter. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Knights lead 36-25.
Lincoln's they're not going away.
No.
I mean, an 11-point game. That I didn't even look at the score. It's fun. Intensity. Both teams going back and forth, back and forth. Both of them are playing excellent defense.
Yes.
Excellent defense.
And Lincoln almost looks like they're adopting kind of a man zone kind of offense where they're playing man to man for the most part, but when it comes to the perimeter areas, they're kind of double teaming a little bit.
Correct.
So where one girl will leave her man coverage and move into a zone to cover whoever is holding the ball, basically.
And they're trapping them.
Yes.
And they're trapping them there. Look at Izzy over there. She got trapped. I mean, they're just swarming down on her. They're just trapping them, and that's one thing I wanted to say. They can't get flustered. You can't get flustered. I think that's what happens sometimes.
Knights will inbound just in front of the Lincoln student section. Here's Izzy Moore, top the key. She throws it to Kunkel right side and gets it back. Moore over left corner to the Hermanson. Moore gets it back left wing. Moore dribbles up top, 12 seconds on that shot clock, and she throws it to Hermanson right wing. Inside to a wide open Okoye. She can't put it into the layup, but gets it back and puts it in for two. 38-25 Knights, under 4 to play in this third quarter.
How many times has she been open underneath like that?
All night.
I know, that's
all
what I'm saying. So Lincoln is playing good defense, but they're all of a sudden they're leaving her.
10 points for Wati Okoye, and Emma Ronsick stealing the pass, going coast to coast. Layup is good. Make that 40-25 Knights, and 25 points for the sophomore. Knights putting on a bit of a press here with Moore and Kunkel. Kind of double teaming, but breaking past that is Hansen. Hansen kicks it over left wing into the hands of Wilson. Wilson then up top and over right wing to Osmondson. Osmondson checks it up top to Wilson. Wilson looks left but throws it over right side to Osmondson. Osmondson rotates it around the arc to Wilson. Wilson looks inside, trips over Carly Kunkel though, and they're going to call a foul on Kunkel. And that was just kind of wrong place, wrong time, because it looks like Maya Wilson stepped in something on the floor, and Kunkel was there just to get in her way a little bit.
Yeah, that's Carly's first foul for the night.
Third team foul for OG. Awanti Okoye and Hermanson will step out. Coming in is Reagan Riley and Riley Benson. Lincoln wants to take a timeout, though, after the foul. 3:04 to play in this third quarter. Knights lead 40-25, and we'll keep it right here. By the way, you're listening to Lamb Catholic Radio, KSTJ LP 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton. And Dan, we were talking about Catholic Schools Week at the break, and at halftime for Inside O'Gorman. And if you're a Catholic school kid, you know that one of the most meaningful times of Catholic Schools Week is that time where you get that shirt that you get every single year when you go to the all-school mass. I've got like a mural of these shirts at home still in a box somewhere.
There's a certain teacher, which I won't say her name, Mrs. C at St. Lambert's, used to give me hers.
Really?
So many. God bless her. I think she was there like 30 years, and she retired. Great first or second grade, Mrs. C, Mrs. Christensen. We call her Mrs. C, and so she'd come and give me a shirt every year.
You've got a stash then.
Oh,
just like me.
Well, yeah, with three kids going through the system. Yeah, 2 there. Oh yeah,
love it. Lincoln gets the ball after the timeout. Hansen can't go anywhere inside, so she rotates it around the arc to Osmondson, right corner. She fires the 3, no good, but rebounded by Klatt. Klatt down low, and layup is no good, but Hansen draws the foul.
Riley Benson just came in and got her good.
That'll be Riley Benson's first foul of the game. 4th team foul already for OG with 2:45 to play in this third quarter.
So we got to calm that down, the fouls, because it's...
Morgan Hansen's first free throw is good. She's perfect on the night, 3 for 3, trying to make it 4 for 4. Hansen, standout player for Lincoln. Remember, 3 fouls already. Hits her second free throw, though. 40-27, Knights lead with 2:40 play in this third quarter. And the Knights trying to inbound it. Carly Kunkel will actually step forward off of the baseline, that is.
Yeah,
and Lincoln will get it back.
Yep, she stepped on the line until they turned it over. So that's a mental mistake.
Yeah, and Carly Kunkel's having a bit of a rough night. A lot of mental mistakes and no points either. So maybe just one of those nights for Carly Kunkel. But Lincoln rotating the ball around the perimeter, eventually into the hands up top of Courtney Klatt. Klatt will check it right corner to Osmondson. Osmondson, tries to go somewhere, but Carly Kunkel steals the ball. Kunkel, coast to coast, picks up the ball under the basket, turns around, shot. She's called for a travel. Makes the shot, but called for a travel. And again, a mental mistake by Carly Kunkel. Instead of going to the basket and drawing what would have been an easy foul on Klatt, she stopped, turned around, tried to make the basket, but didn't move quite right.
That's a mental mistake.
Just a tough night for Carly Kunkel. Looks like she's being consoled a little bit there on the bench as she takes a seat.
I like that young lady, though.
Oh, fantastic.
Good family.
Very good family and good athletes.
Yep.
So here's Lincoln, again, rotating the ball around and through the arc, trying to loosen up this O'Gorman zone defense. Eventually, Morgan Hansen drives inside. No good on the layup, but rebounded by Osmondson. She tries to do the same thing from the right side. No good on that shot, and the wrestling for the ball under the basket. That's Riley Benson, who's probably the most aggressive player on the floor. Up next to Sadeo Dunn. They're called jump balls. They kind of made a wrestling move as they hit the track.
She just picked up Benson and tossed her.
So here's the inbound, and Benson gets tangled up. Nothing called again. She was literally held, but nothing called. But leaving that alone, Abigail Muller crosses half court and is going to be double teamed and fouled. They're going to call that one on Maya Wilson, and that'll be her third of the game. Second team foul for Lincoln.
But I'm impressed with Abigail there. See how she kind of dropped her shoulder and put her arm out? I like that.
Needed a stance and took it.
She did.
So Knights inbound, and here's Benson, right wing, needs some help. She's called for a travel. She tries to break past a couple players. And that was she was just failed by her team there. There was nobody coming to relieve her.
But you see how they're trapping?
Yeah.
I mean, they're trapping all the time here. I mean, Lincoln is great defense.
I mean, there's a reason that they are undefeated by any other team in the state, South Dakota. Just defensively, they're stellar.
Yes.
Left wing, here's Morgan Hansen. She rotates it around the arc over to the right wing to Courtney Klatt. Klatt looking up top, instead starts to dribble and then throws it to Wilson top the key. Wilson makes a move inside but throws it back to Klatt right wing. Klatt inside to Dunn. Dunn turnaround shot, no good, but she's going to draw the foul into the basket. This one will be on Awatia Coy. That's her third of the game, 15 foul for OG. 1:12 to play in this third quarter. Knights lead 40-27. Dunn at the line to shoot 2. Dribbles 3 times, spins the ball once, checks her footing, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up and off the back iron, no good.
They're going to start working it inside.
Yes.
They have. Blake, Waukie's going to take a seat, and Regan Riley comes back in. Izzy Moore's in now for Abigail Muller.
Dunn will ready her second free throw. Taking a bit of time to get ready. Lines up her shot, fires it away, and drains that second one. 40-28, Knights still lead. Here's the inbound, and Knights are able to break past that press. Benson crosses half court, and then is going to be body checked by Maya Wilson as she flies from one side of the floor to the other. That'll be her 4th of the game. So, I mean, that would be a big loss of Maya Wilson. She's been extremely effective defender for Lincoln.
Well,
and now getting herself in foul trouble.
And a threat from the outside, from the perimeter. I mean, you get close to the end of the game, you want to get her the ball to shoot, or her or Amundsen.
Here's Izzy Moore, top of the key for OG. She finds Benson right wing. Benson dribbles up top, and then gives it to Hermanson left wing. 18 seconds on that shot clock, and here's Hermanson throwing it up top to Riley. Riley then over left wing to Benson. She steps in, jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Riley, though. She bounced past it over to Ronsick, left block, but Ronsick kicks it up top to reset this offense. Here's Izzy Moore now top of the key. Dribbles left and hands it to Hermanson. Hermanson up top to Benson. Benson over left wing to Moore. Moore dribbles, goes baseline, stops, jumps, puts it up, no good. Tipped away and taken away by Lincoln. I apologize. Looks like that's number 20, Courtney Klatt. In transition, no good on the layup, and rebounded by Moore. Moore finds Ronsick, who then finds Hermanson left corner. 15 seconds in this quarter. Here's Moore, waiting for about 8 seconds. Here it is. Moore goes left, and she's going to be fouled as she moves over to the left wing. I think that's Courtney Klatt playing a little too close.
Yeah, Amundsen.
You're right, excuse me. Yeah, Emma Osmondson. That's her first of the game, 4th team foul now for Lincoln. Knights will inbound. 5 seconds to play in this third quarter. Here's Reagan Riley following up the Hail Mary. No good. And that's the end of your third quarter. After 3, Knights lead 40-28 here at Lincoln High School. We'll step aside with your 4th quarter coming right up. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
So you're trying to decide what preschool or kindergarten is best for your child? At Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, you'll know you've brought them to the right place. They'll get lots of one-on-one attention, discover new things, and grow in their faith. Your child will get the support and encouragement they need with an education that stands apart from the rest. Our schools will help you make lifelong friendships and become part of our community. Because when you're here, you're home. You belong at Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School for the start of your 4th quarter, where the O'Gorman Lady Knights lead the Patriots 40-28 as we start things off here, Dan. And the Knights trying to hold on to this, what would be an upset against the Patriots.
Yeah, Lincoln only had 6 points in that third quarter, that doesn't happen to them.
Over on the right wing for Lincoln, starting things off is Courtney Klatt. She throws it to Maya Wilson top, and then Klatt gets it back. Klatt starts to dribble, throws it up top, and then gets it back right wing. Klatt looking inside, 12 seconds on the shot clock, finds Wilson top the key. Klatt gets back right wing, drives inside, finds Dunn at the right block. Ball's knocked away as Dunn tries to outlet it. Dunn, jumper from the right block as she gets it back. Ball tipped away after the missed shot. And down low,
Hanson
is
called
Hanson.
for travel.
Yeah, she's called for travel. She spun around to try to put it up. I'm not sure about that one, but
she's looking like, what? But
we've seen quite a bit of that tonight, though.
Yep.
Knights will inbound, and there's again full court press from the Patriots, as we've seen very heavily throughout this game. Eventually, Knights break past, and here's Izzy Moore top the key. Moore finds Hermanson left wing. She drives inside. She's going to be called for a travel, though. She tries to bounce past it to Awati Okoye, just couldn't quite get her footing as she moved to the basket.
Okay, there's been more traveling tonight. I'm sorry.
Somebody needs to pack a bag and leave it over by the O'Gorman bench, because I thought I was traveling a lot recently. Over on the left wing, though, for Lincoln is Hanson. She fires a three, can't get it to fall. Dunn gets the rebound, can't put it back, and this time it's rebounded by Hermanson. Hermanson hands it over to Moore, and Moore will move across half court uncontested. Moore over left wing to Ronsick. Ronsick moves top of the key and throws it to Moore right wing. Moore then moves up top and hands it to Hermanson. Hermanson to Ronsick left corner. Ronsick dribbles inside and loses the ball in the middle of the lane. She's going to be fouled on her approach to the basket.
Now they're going to talk. What are they? She was shooting. Yep, they're giving it to her.
Okay, all right. So Emma Ronsick to the line to shoot 2.
That'd be an Armandson.
And that's her second of the game. 5th team foul for Lincoln. That's 5 apiece for OG and Lincoln. Ronsick's first shot up and rounded out. No good.
Okay, Carly Kunkel comes in for Riley Benson.
Jada Holman also coming in for Lincoln. Remember, she's the big gal down low who's just almost impossible to move against. Yep. Ronsick, second free throw ready. Up and no good. A rare miss by Ronsick. Izzy Moore is in there to knock it out of bounds, and they'll give it over to Lincoln.
They like that matchup with Holman and Okoye.
Yeah.
That's what they're after. You can see that.
A bit of a press coming from Moore and Kunkel for OG, but Maya Wilson's able to break past that with the help of Courtney Klatt. Although Lincoln, as they're trying to move it over to the left wing to Jada Hallman, loses the ball, and the Knights get it off the steal. That's Emma Ronsick on the steal, but the Patriots knock it out of bounds. So we'll reset here. And here's a full court press from Lincoln. Knights are able to inbound to Kunkel, though. She's double teamed and pressed against that out of bounds line. Knights able to break past it. Ronsick down low, right-handed layup, no problem. The Knights have become experts, it seems, at breaking that Lincoln press. It's just unbelievable.
I like that play where Okoye took off, went around, and just swung down by the basket.
42-28, Knights lead 6 to play in this fourth quarter. Although hold the phone. Morgan Hansen driving down low, getting the layup, make that 42-30, and a steal off the inbound by Emma Osmondson. Lincoln moves it around the arc over to the left corner. Hansen fires a 3 and gets it. A 5-point swing there by Lincoln. Fantastic defense. 42-33, 5:40 on the clock in this fourth quarter. Izzy Moore crossing half court, and O'Gorman needs to call a timeout to slow things down. 5:37 on the clock. Knights lead 42-33. We'll step aside for 1 minute. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Thad Barnes, financial advisor with the Barnes & Moore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Andy DeMoore and myself know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Thad and Andy can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
If you want to talk about a fast-moving game, just look at your clock. It's been almost exactly an hour since we started this game, and we're almost halfway through this fourth quarter. Just it's been a fast-paced, hard-hitting game, which the Knights are leading 42-33 here at Lincoln.
You know, but the Knights, it's a 9-point game, and, you know, like you just said there, 5-point with no time on the clock right there, about 5 seconds, and they scored 5 points for the Patriots.
The Knights will inbound following their timeout. Here's Emma Ronsick crossing half court, handing it to Carly Kunkel. Kunkel is going to be called for over and back. Had her foot on that half court line.
Ladies, calm down.
Yeah, and really, I mean, if you're OG, you just got to not let yourself get flustered.
That's right.
Force Lincoln to hurry up and make the mistakes.
Right.
You just play slow. But Izzy Moore understands that. She steals the ball but loses it, and it's going to be picked up by Courtney Klatt, going back the other way. So Lincoln, a little bit less of a shot clock, is trying to do something here offensively. Here's Maya Wilson, throws it to Klatt, right wing. Klatt back to Wilson, left wing. Wilson drives inside a little bit, throws it down low, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds by Emma Osmondson. Knights get it right back. And Lincoln wants to take a timeout. 42-33, 5 to play in this fourth quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Financial Benefits Company philosophy is to develop a secure retirement plan for our clients by striving to live up to the promise. Safe principal, positive return. John Fritsch can be reached at 605-334-8086. Financial Benefits Company is a proud sponsor of Lamb Catholic Radio.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by the generous support of you. That's right, you, our donors. Lamb Catholic Radio is 100% donor supported And we ask that you prayerfully consider making a secure and tax-deductible gift by going to lamradio.com. Your gift ensures that we can continue to bring you programming like tonight's O'Gorman game, but also the very best local and national Catholic radio shows 24 hours a day and 7 days a week at the same time. 5:05 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights lead 42-33, Dan, and a very fast-paced game still.
Oh, it is. This is very, very quick, but it's been a fun game.
Oh, boy.
You like these good games where both teams come out and play some great defense, and some turnovers and some wrestling match going on, and so it's fun.
Full court press from Lincoln, but OG has learned to break past that. So here's Carly Kunkel, top the key, double team as she loses the ball. It's picked up by Lincoln, and down low is Klatt for the easy layup for 2.
7-point turnaround right there, Mike.
Lincoln on a 7-0 run over the past minute, maybe only 35 seconds. Knights again break past the press, and here's Hermanson on the left side, cross half court. She works it around the arc to Ronsick, right wing. Ronsick double team, getting tangled up, and they're going to call jump ball. This will stay with OG.
Okay, Kunkel's out, Riley Benson's in.
Hermanson will inbound right in front of the student section. That's the far side of the floor. She finds Izzy Moore. Izzy Moore moves up top the key, gets double teamed, finds Ronsick left wing. Ronsick then gets double teamed, and they called a foul as Ronsick was attacked basically from behind, and I believe that was on Emma Osmondson. Yeah, that's her third of the game now. She just flew in from behind trying to grab the ball.
I think she's picked up all 3 here in the second half.
I think you're right. 6 fouls in this half for the Lincoln Patriots. Knights will inbound. Izzy Moore in the backcourt. Moore crosses half court, throws it to Hermanson left wing, but it's knocked out of bounds by Maya Wilson.
Maya's got to be careful. She's got 4 fouls. That could have been number 5.
Very well could have been. If she would have been inside a little bit more, that would have been an easy foul.
It would have been.
Yeah. So that would be a big loss for Lincoln.
Big loss for you're right.
So Knights will inbound again into the backcourt. That's Emma Ronsick getting the ball this time. She finds a wide open Hermanson left corner, but she kicks it up to Moore. Moore over right wing to Ronsick, and then over right corner to Benson. Benson goes around, dribbles inside, and she's going to be pushed on her approach to the basket. And let's get the call here. Fouls on Morgan Hansen now. That's her 4th of the game. So we've got Maya Wilson and Morgan Hansen, 2 of the top players for Lincoln, both with 4 fouls in this game.
And we're in the bonus.
So here's Riley Benson with a 1-and-1. First shot off the back iron, no good, and rebounded by Lincoln. Cross half court. Here's Emma Osmondson, right wing. She drives inside, and she's going to be called for a travel. She gets tangled up with Watia Coy and Mackenzie Hermanson down low.
Both teams are traveling tonight. It's just...
I do have a suitcase in my trunk. I mean, I did just come from a business trip, so. And speaking of traveling, Emma Ronsick gets the inbound, and she knew it too.
Yeah,
she knew it.
But she was pressured. She was double teamed.
She was.
Yeah.
I've got so many terrible puns about traveling that I could break out, but I will spare our audience.
Please.
Thanks for reeling me in, Dan. Lincoln will inbound. They're going to slow things down here offensively to try to get something going. Inside pass to Hansen. She turns around, puts up the left-handed layup. Beautiful move over Awanti Okoye for the 2. 42-37. Knights still have not scored in the past 2 minutes.
That's 9 straight points for Lincoln.
Here's Awanti Okoye left wing. Hands it off to Hermanson. Hermanson up top to Moore. Moore over to Hermanson left corner. She's got a lane. Throws it down low, but it's going to be taken away by Lincoln. Just a bad pass. Here's Klatt. Coast to coast layup. No good. Rebound and putback is no good, but a foul called down low, and that looks like it might be on Awanti Okoye.
I believe it is. No, they're going to call it on Benson.
Wow. So that's her 2nd of the game. 6-team foul now for OG. And at the line to shoot, too, is Morgan Hansen. First shot up and nothing but net.
10 straight points.
That's 12 points for Morgan Hansen so far in this game to bring it within 4. Hansen readies her 2nd. Dribbles the ball 3 times, down low, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up, and a rare miss by Morgan Hansen, but there's Awanti Okoye to get the rebound. Okoye to Ronsick. Ronsick down court to Hermanson. Hermanson falls out of bounds, but throws it to Ronsick top the key. Ronsick over to Moeller, right corner. Moeller dribbles up right wing, double team, pivots around, and throws it to Ronsick top the key. Ronsick all the way over to Benson left corner. She drives baseline, jumper up. Good, Riley Benson for 2. That's her first points of the game, and the first points for OG in some time now.
I still say Hallman and Okoye underneath. That was fun down there. I was watching them inside in the paint.
A great matchup.
Yeah, they were
great matchup.
Going each other. But, we needed that. We hadn't scored for about 4 minutes.
Here's Wilson, right corner, fires the three, airs it out, and picked up by Benson for OG. Riley Benson on the sprint down court, sets up on the left wing, dribbles up top, and then rotates it over to Ronsick on the right wing. Ronsick over left wing to Hermanson, now over right wing to Muller, now over right corner to Ronsick. She takes the two up off the front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Morgan Hansen. Hansen goes coast to coast, layup, no good, too much power on it, and rebounded by Riley Benson. 2:25 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights lead 44-38. Riley Benson crossing half court, double teamed at the top, needs help, loses the ball, and OG will use their second to last time out with 2:17 to play in this fourth quarter. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside for 1 minute. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC.
Pregnant? One word, many emotions. At Catholic Family Services, our experienced licensed therapists are here to help those experiencing an unplanned pregnancy in a safe, confidential setting at no charge. Our pregnancy counselors understand that every situation is unique and provide options counseling, including information regarding parenting or placing a child for adoption. Whatever you decide, we are committed to helping and supporting you throughout the entire pregnancy. Call 1-800-700-7867. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School. 2:17 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights lead 44-38. We're talking off air, Dan. Lincoln really taking out that inside game from OG.
They're taking the paint away. We got some looks there in that first half, and now the second half, we really haven't got many looks inside the paint. They really took away the inside.
Knights get the ball off the timeout. Here's Benson, left corner. Double team, needs some help. And I'm not sure exactly what was called down there. They might have called a travel or double dribble or something down there, but she was double teamed and was trying to do something. So I'm not sure what was called, but head coach Kent Krolzer not liking it one bit. Nonetheless, Lincoln with the ball. Here's Maya Wilson crossing half court, throws it over right wing to Klatt. Klatt back to Wilson, left wing. Wilson fakes right, looks inside, and throws it down to Hansen. Hansen, turnaround jumper, no good in front of the basket, and rebounded by Benson. Benson hands it over to Emma Ronsick, and Ronsick will run point as she crosses half court. She's double teamed, throws it to Hermanson left wing. Hermanson's then double teamed as she rotates around the arc, and then over to left wing to Ronsick. Ronsick drives inside, throws it down to Okoye. Okoye dribbles, a power move as she spins around, no good on the layup, gets her own rebound, and no, it's going to be stolen away, by Lincoln. A timeout for head coach Matt Daly with $1.27 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights lead 44-38, and it'll be a full timeout.
And each team has one timeout left.
One timeout.
So we got under a minute and a half, one timeout left. This close a game, it's going to get interesting.
And we should mention, too, Lincoln with 7 fouls and giving OG the bonus. OG with 6 fouls. One more will give Lincoln the bonus for the remainder of the game. We'll go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds, and we'll come right back with more O'Gorman Knights basketball here at Lincoln High School on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
So you're trying to decide what preschool or kindergarten is best for your child? At Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, you'll know you've brought them to the right place. They'll get lots of one-on-one attention, discover new things, and grow in their faith. Your child will get the support and encouragement they need with an education that stands apart from the rest. Our schools will help you make lifelong friendships and become part of our community. Because when you're here, you're home. You belong at Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School as both teams break the huddle. Knights lead 44-38 with 1:27 to play in this fourth quarter.
We got a ball game here, Michael.
We do, and we'll see what kind of adjustments the Knights can make with these timeouts, and Lincoln at the same time, too, because both teams just not really finding their groove and almost a stalemate defensively. Top of the key. Here's Hansen, loses the ball as it's tipped away by Ronsick, but Lincoln recovers. Here's Klatt left wing. hands it over to Hansen. She moves over to the left corner, then overhead passes it over to the right corner to Osmondson. She fires the three, no good there, rebounded by Wilson. She throws it to Hansen, left corner. She fires the three and gets it to bring it within 3 points.
Yep.
Knights inbound, and again, heavy press from Lincoln. Sound like a broken record, but they keep putting it on and taking it off. Under a minute to play in this fourth quarter. Knights up 44-41. Hermanson, double teamed across half court, finds Muller over on the right wing. Muller picks up her dribble, needs help. Getting tangled up now, is able to give it to Benson, right corner. Benson starts to dribble, throws it up top to Muller. Knights burning the clock down. Muller makes a move to the basket. Nice shot, and no good on the layup. But a rebound under the basket, and a foul on Awatia Koi. She went over the back. Oh. That'll be her fourth foul of the game, 17th foul for OG, meaning Lincoln will get a chance to shoot 1-1.
What a great pressure defense by Lincoln there.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal defense by the Lincoln Patriots. 31 seconds to go, 3-point ball game. Here's a chance to get it down to one here for Lincoln.
Head coach Kent Colesford again not liking the call, and Awatia Koi certainly not agreeing with it. At the line to shoot 1-1. Here's Klatz. No good on that shot, and the rebound. There's going to be a foul on the floor by Jada Hallman, I believe. Going over the back of Riley Benson, it looks like.
No, 45.
Oh, I'm sorry, they're going to say 14.
14, yeah.
Emma Osmondson, that's her fourth of the game. So.
Okay, this is critical for Riley Benson.
30.3 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Knights lead 44-41. Making one of these for Benson would be tough for Lincoln to come back.
Oh, she got a rebound!
Gets her own rebound and is going to be fouled on the floor. Riley Benson missed her own free throw, got her own rebound, and then drew the foul, so she's...
But that thing allowed it. There was no other Knights on there.
Nobody down there.
Nobody down there. Everybody's back here. How often does that happen? Excuse me, I had to jump in.
That was fantastic. Riley Benson, again, a 1-1. No Knights with her, and nails her first.
There we go.
Woo!
That's critical.
I mean, that is the aggressiveness that makes great basketball players. And Riley Benson, she has it. She's proved it all season. Hits her second as well. Shot clock turned off with 25 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Knights up by 5. Lincoln wasting no time. Here's Hansen, left corner, drives inside, space hook shot right in front of the basket for 2. Knights inbound, and Maya Wilson steals the ball away from McCoy. Down low pass and shot no good by Klatz on the rebound. It's McCoy fighting for it with Osmondson. They're going to call foul on somebody.
Osmondson.
Yeah, I'll be on Osmondson.
That's her 5th. She knows it.
Osmondson fouls out with 10 points on the night. She had a fantastic game, some great shooting and some great aggressiveness as well.
And Okoye goes to the line, 9 seconds. Knights up by 3. This is critical.
Awatia Okoye making one of these. She has 2, by the way. She has 2. Double bonus for OG.
Yes.
By hitting one of these, she'll basically put it out of reach of Lincoln.
I'd like to see her get both of them.
Okoye's first shot up and in and out, no good.
Oh, folks.
You can see Okoye just a little nervous at the knees. She just looks a little nervous. She understands the severity of this.
She's a freshman.
Awatia Okoye, second shot up and gets it.
Oh, sweet.
47-43, 9.1 seconds on the clock in this fourth quarter, and Lincoln burns their final timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We will take a 30-second break. We'll come back and get ready for the last part of this game. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
9.1 seconds to play here at Lincoln High School. Fourth quarter, Knights out 47-43. Awati Okoye putting away that one of two of those free throws off the double bonus shots and really almost sealing it for OG. But Lincoln burned their final timeout. Excuse me, the Knights burned their final timeout. Maybe to ice Lincoln? I don't know.
But folks, don't go anywhere. Don't get up. Don't go up to get a glass of water, get a beverage from the fridge. Stay right put. This is going down to the wire right here.
And what a game for Oklahoma to prove themselves if they can pull this off.
If we could pull this off with the win, this would be the feather in the cap for the year.
So Lincoln, with just over 9 seconds to play, will have to go the length of the floor. Maya Wilson will inbound. Knights with a two-girl press. Wilson holding the ball over her head, throws it to Hansen. Hansen crosses half court. Hansen to the front of the rim. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Benson. Benson holds the ball under the basket.
That's the ball game.
And there we go.
Yes.
Hansen trying to foul Benson there at the very end, but the refs let this one play out. And the O'Gorman Knights serve up Lincoln, their first loss to a South Dakota school this entire season. And the Knights move to 8-5. And I mean, again, what a statement OG made with this win over Lincoln, who is ranked number 3. And like I said, hasn't lost to a team, or has only lost to 2 teams that are Minneapolis teams, you know.
This is critical for the Knights. I mean, coming in, we talked about this last night with the boys. Here we are. We're coming into February now. We're getting into the height of the season. You want to start progressing. You want to start executing now, going into tournaments 5 weeks away.
Yeah.
Playoffs March 1st, March 2nd, March 1st, whatever. So this is the time you want to be executing. You want to do that. And Knights just did that tonight. This was wonderful.
Knights with the victory over Lincoln, 47-43, moved again to 8-5 on the season. Lincoln then falls 11-3. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have your Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. That's on the way right here on The Lamb.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients.